All right, guys, so welcome back. We are still on Medieval Civilization, and today is another great day to talk about the ancient Egyptian civilization. Of course, the Egyptian civilization is one of the oldest civilizations that have ever graced the earth and, of course, the continent of Africa. The ancient Egypt was a vast territory stretching 700 miles and about 1100 kilometers southwest from the Mediterranean Sea. Most of it was dry, hot and dusty, because it is of course a desert. It is an Arab settlement, but of African descent. The Egyptians called it Deshata, which is the red land. The world's longest river, which is the River Nile, runs through this desert. Every year, the river floods the surrounding land. The flood leaves behind sticky, smelling mud, covering the land along the river banks. The Egyptians called it Silt, and the area around the riverside is called Kemet, which is known as the Black Land. And this land then was very, very fertile during the ancient Egyptian civilization, which still is in existence till today. Egypt is perceived to be the cradle of man, both in its evolution and development. Ancient Egypt is regarded as a land of mystery. No one of civilization has so captured the imagination of scholar and lay people alike as the Egyptian civilization. Mysteries surround its origin, its religion, and its monumental architecture, colossal temple, pyramids, and the enormous Sphinx. There are lots and lots of monumental architectures that leaves you wondering, that are still mysteries. There are lots and lots of things to talk about in Egypt. Is it to the mummification process? Is it to the Sphinx? Is it to the pyramids? How the pyramids were constructed? Is it to the tombs of the pharaohs? And name it. What exactly you want to even talk of about the Egyptian civilization, the pyramid, the enormous Sphinx? The Egyptian pyramids are most famous of all the ancient monuments, and it is the only remaining wonder of the seven wonders of the world. There are seven wonders of the world. Of course, most of these seven wonders might not be in existence, but then the Egyptian pyramid still stands to date, and of course the Egyptian Sphinx. Just as life arose from the waters, the seeds of civilization were first sown along the banks of the Nile. This mighty river, which flows north from the heart of Africa to the Mediterranean Sea, flourished the growth of the pharaonic kingdom, which is of course Egypt, because Egypt is ruled then by pharaohs. The long, narrow floodplain was a magnet for this manufacturing of goods, people, animals, and plants to its banks in pre-dynasty times, and hence it brings about the talk, no Nile, no Egypt, because the cradle of civilization and the starting point of man of Egypt emanate from the bank of River Nile. In pre-dynasty times, nomadic hunters settled in the valley and began to grow crops to supplement their food supply. Since as a gift from the gods, the annual flooding of the river deposited nutrient-rich silt, which is known as Kemet. Which is known as Kemet. The nutrient-rich silt over the land, covering ideal conditions for growing wheat, flax, and other crops. The first communal project of this fledgling society was the building of irrigation canals for agricultural processes. This building was at the bank of the Nile River for the convenience of the first people that settled at the bank of the river for agriculture and whatever source they may want to use the river for. In the last class and in the last video, from the previous ones, we'll try to make a definition of what civilization was, and was defined as the one in which a large number of people share a variety of common elements. It is a complex society characterized by the practice of agriculture and sacred cities. There is also talks about the word civilization that is derived from the Latin word, which is the civilis, and adjective form of civilis, meaning citizens or townsmen governed by the law of his city. Talking just about the Egyptian civilization is not just a hearsay. The Egyptian civilization is as old as man itself, because of the African nature has lots and lots of mysteries surrounding the Egyptian civilization, and what's more other Egyptian civilization we will find out in the next coming videos. Until then, kindly like, subscribe,